Recently, there's been a lot of speculation that the next season of Fortnite will be Star Wars themed. People have been saying this ever since it got confirmed that the next season starts right before May 4th, aka Star Wars Day. But now it feels like every day there's something new that makes this seem even more likely. We've got dialogue mentioning a reality far, far away, an upcoming quest pack called Stay in Solo. The next LEGO Pass is also launching the same day as the next Battle Royale season, with Star Wars names being updated, and Epic straight up reusing Star Wars crates for this season's challenges. Now, nothing's confirmed. This could all just be a coincidence, but since there's a bunch of talk about this right now, I think it's a pretty good time to look back at all the past Star Wars collabs in Fortnite just to see what we could expect for a full Star Wars themed season. Also, this is my first video in months, and my landlord has been begging me to pay rent, so I'm really gonna need you to subscribe and use code Tedesco in the item shop. So out of the 3 biggest franchises in Fortnite, or at least the 3 that were big enough to get their own rarities for some reason, Star Wars was actually the last one added to the game. We had Marvel being the first ever collab in Season 4, DC's first collab being in Season X, and Star Wars added just a few months later with a Stormtrooper skin and a Star Destroyer in the sky. Yeah, kind of underwhelming for one of the biggest media franchises ever, and I'm pretty sure this collab only happened because of Jedi Fallen Order releasing and Epic and Disney wanting to do some tie-in promotion, but thankfully that wouldn't be it for Star Wars in Chapter 2 Season 1. Just 1 month later, we'd get a massive collaboration for the Rise of Skywalker movie. Now, before we get into this, let me just give a little disclaimer. Put your feelings about the movie to the side, because we're just talking about Fortnite here. Like, I don't care for the movie. This is a pretty dope skin, though. With this collab, we'd get a bunch of skins from Episode 9, lightsabers and blasters in-game, and a god-awful live event. The skins were pretty cool, although it is weird to have all the sequel trilogy characters before Luke Skywalker, Darth Vader, Obi-Wan, but that's fine. No post skin was a weird choice. Rey, Finn, and Poe are supposed to be like the 3 main good guys of the sequel trilogy, but no, instead we got Zori Bliss. Okay, what the fuck is this? To this day, she is definitely the strangest choice for a Star Wars skin we ever got. I don't even think the 3 people that actually enjoyed Episode 9 even remember who that is. The Millennium Falcon glider was free from Winterfest presents, and my vision still hasn't fully recovered from trying to use it back in December of 2019. Blaster rifle weapon was garbage, but lightsabers were actually fun and a solid addition to a pretty boring loot pool. But this would start the whole lightsaber pickaxe conversation. Will we ever get them? Probably not. Guys, this happened in 2019. That was over 5 years ago. If it was gonna happen, it would have happened. And I think that's one of the craziest missed opportunities from Epic and Disney, but we'll get into that later. The live event was a mess. That's not even my opinion. That's just how it was. Epic forgot to decrypt the files for it on PC, so right before it was supposed to start, most PC players crashed and couldn't get back in the game. After a bunch of delays, it finally started. A minute of ships flying through the sky, Palpatine canonically announcing his return through Fortnite, and then 10 minutes of Donald Mustard and JJ Abrams just chopping it up.
Oh my goodness, you just turned into... Is that my dad? Yeah. Dad?
Can you guys maybe do a dance together or something like that?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. On 3, 2, 1, let's go, Dad. Okay.
They did show a clip from the movie before it was officially released, making it an exclusive preview, but I'm pretty sure that clip was already online before the event. So yeah, this live event was pretty bad, but the collab as a whole was a big deal, especially in 2019, before collabs were as prevalent in the game as they are now. I mean, just compare this to Endgame, one of the biggest movies ever, by the way, and it's clear more effort was put into this Star Wars one.
Somehow return.
Alright, so Star Wars is officially in the Fortnite universe, so for 2020's May 4th, Star Wars Day, we wouldn't get anything new, but they brought back some of the skins, put lightsabers in the game, and called it a day. So it's nice that Epic at least acknowledged that, and I guess we can expect Star Wars content every year going forward, right?
What is it, like a pet or something?
Yeah, something like that.
After several Marvel and DC collabs and coming off of an entire Marvel season, we finally got more Star Wars content, with the Mandalorian being in the battle pass and a boss on the map, and we got the Mando's Bounty LTM later. That was only available for a week, by the way, so rest in peace to everyone that didn't get that umbrella. Maybe there's more cosmetics that I would have liked to see with this one, but overall the collab was really well done. This lined up with the Mandalorian Season 2 airing on Disney Plus, so it looked like we would only get Star Wars collabs in Fortnite when Disney had something to promote. But with Chapter 2 Season 5 being entirely themed around collabs and then becoming a lot more common in the game, maybe that would change.
Oh, dang it. Oh, dang it. Oh, dang it.
Like a bantha.
Alright, so Disney has a new Star Wars show. That means we get content in Fortnite. This time around, it's just a skin, and since it's based off of the book of Boba Fett, it's the way less iconic outfit. We later get Fennec Shand and the Wookiee. You're gonna give us this guy before Chewbacca? Sure. Let me just say that if there was ever a perfect time to do a Star Wars themed season, it was chapter 3. There was a lot of hype, a lot of eyes on Star Wars. I guess it was just because of the Clone Wars final season and the Mandalorian season 2 being so good. Disney had our attention when they decided to shit out a bunch of other shows in 2022, and at this point, 2 years after the first Star Wars Fortnite collab, there's still so many iconic characters we didn't have. Of course, we didn't end up getting a chapter 3 Star Wars season, but apparently they decided to lock in on more Star Wars content this year. Lightsabers came back for 2022's May 4th, and I don't know, they just didn't hit the same. Maybe because they came back in a more diverse loot pool and didn't really fit the meta. We got the Obi-Wan skin for his show, which again is probably the worst version that we could have gotten. And this is the point where not having a lightsaber pickaxe is just ridiculous. They gave this man a knife for a pickaxe, and this was actually released right before the show aired. So I thought, okay, maybe it's important. No, it's just a butcher's knife he used for like 5 minutes in the first episode. Seeing people cope online was hilarious too, making excuses like, guys, this version of Obi-Wan is trying to hide the fact that he's a Jedi, so of course they're not going to give him a lightsaber. Guys, it's right there. It's on the back bling. It's actually right next to the goddamn knife. Now at this point, Darth Vader was already teased, and it was leaked that he was going to be in the season 3 battle pass, so people just assumed that's it. That's when we're going to get the lightsaber, and it might even be customizable since it's in the battle pass. But Epic decided that it would actually be really cool if Vader used the Empire logo on a stick. That's a good pickaxe. At this point, what is going on? Epic sees feedback all the time. They definitely know that people have been begging for a lightsaber pickaxe, and if I had to guess, it's probably Disney that isn't allowing it. The most common speculation about this is that if they added a lightsaber pickaxe and we have the weapon in game at the same time, it'd be too confusing to know if people had the pickaxe equipped or were actually using the mythic weapon. Guys, let's be for real. Does this really matter? And we're going to act like this isn't confusing. Not to mention, this is a rule that the community kind of just made up in their heads, and it's clearly not something that Epic cares about, because we've seen a bunch of instances where we have a mythic item in game and it also has a cosmetic version. But personally, I think it's Disney. At the end of the day, corporations are going to be corporations. They're weird. They're probably just insisting on it only being a weapon, which is unfortunate. So anyway, back to chapter 3, season 3. Darth Vader was added in the battle pass and a boss on the map. Classic Darth Vader outfit, lots of detail on there. Not something I want to wear in game because you kind of just see a giant cape the whole time. And in his set, we ended up getting the hardest loading screen of all time. His ship would fly in every match and land at a random spot, and defeating the boss was the only way to get a lightsaber this time around, and no one really cared. They even added an ability where you can throw it. Yeah, that's still not it. Of course, Obi-Wan and Vader were added just to promote the Obi-Wan show. It looked like we weren't going to get any classic Star Wars outfits anytime soon, but out of nowhere in season 4, we got Skywalker Week. Luke Skywalker, Leia, Han Solo, lightsabers, Vader's back on the ship. Nothing to promote, just a random Star Wars collab. About time. Junk rifts and pulse rifles are back too for some reason. Sure. After just getting a couple skins every time a new Disney Plus show dropped, this was a really well done and refreshing event.
I don't like sand.
2023's May the 4th event would get the biggest Star Wars collab yet. We're going back to the prequels. Anakin, Padme, Clone Troopers, Darth Maul, a whole mini event pass, and lightsabers with Force abilities in-game. This is how you make the lightsaber mythics actually fun, but I'm sure if they bring this back, they'll probably have durability or some shit now. We also got Ahsoka later in the Chapter 4 Season 4 Battle Pass for her show coming out, and they did the same thing for her lightsaber with Force abilities. I gotta say though, the worst thing about all these Disney Plus collab outfits is that they just completely changed the design on them. I think out of Boba Fett, Obi-Wan, and Ahsoka, she's probably the best one, but I still would have rather had a Clone Wars Season 7 or Rebel style instead, and it doesn't seem like Epic has any interest in redoing these characters.
On the path to a new kind of entertainment medium, which science fiction literature calls the metaverse.
Oh, brother!
So chapter 5 comes around, and this is the point where Epic is trying to shove the metaverse in everyone's face, which led to a weird collab for 2024's May the 4th event. Now, I don't know what the hell goes on in LEGO Fortnite, but they got a lot of content for this update, and it seems like that's where the main focus was. I'm not going to make the argument that because they were developing all this stuff for the LEGO mode, that it took away from Battle Royale or cosmetics or whatever else, because there's different departments for everything. It was just disappointing to see. Chewbacca is a skin now that you can only get from the LEGO pass, but once the pass ends, he'll be sold in the shop. Still waiting on that. Rocket Racing got a whole bunch of vehicle cosmetics that you could also earn in Rocket League by doing those challenges, which was definitely way more bearable. Festival got Star Wars instrument cosmetics and one of the best jam tracks in the game, and Battle Royale was in a pretty weird spot. This just didn't feel like a Star Wars event. We got the new Wookiee bowcaster, but all the weapons were mid. We did get some pretty cool cosmetics in the shop, like the Yoda back bling and the AWR Trooper, which if you don't know what that is, it's just a Death Trooper. I don't know why they had to change the name on that. StarWars.com calls them Death Troopers. I I don't know if they've ever been referred to as AWR troopers before this collab, but whatever, the skin is really clean. I just don't understand how Epic goes from the last year having the best Star Wars gameplay with those lightsabers to this. You could probably go a whole match not knowing these weapons are even in game because no one was using them. Blasters are always going to be mid, but there's other weapons like Force Lightning. The amount of vehicles they could do is insane. A POI you could take from the thousands of planets and just throw them on the map like Stark Industries, which in my opinion makes the thought of having a full Star Wars themed season really interesting. We haven't had any more gameplay collabs since, just cosmetics. We randomly got Moff Gideon and that one droid, and of course we can't get the Darksaber as a pickaxe. And then they did something cool, which was the samurai outfits for Vader and a stormtrooper. There's official Japanese samurai art out there, but I'm pretty sure this is just Epic's original take on the design, and they cooked. Now, what can we expect for a Star Wars season? What would the battle pass even look like, considering we have a bunch of iconic characters? You know, I don't want to end up paying 1,000 V-Bucks for a battle pass with Jar Jar Binks, Watto, and Glup Shido. Like I said before, they could definitely take characters like Obi-Wan and give them an actual good outfit. There's a lot of stuff you could take from Clone Wars, maybe even a Clone Wars style for Anakin and Obi-Wan. You got Andor season 2 coming up. As much as I love the show, he might be a boring outfit, but the prison style can be pretty cool. And I think it's weird to think we don't even have a generic prequel era Jedi outfit. Maybe they could do something original like with the Marvel mashup skins. Whether or not next season is Star Wars themed, it's definitely kicking off with a Star Wars collab for May 4th. So let me know. Outfits, weapons, POIs, what do you want to see this year?